Okay, at this time we're going to go ahead and design this three-way switch. It's not a very complicated part, but it is going to introduce some new functions to you that you may not be familiar with. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll create a new file, and we're going to save this file as V8 three-way SWITCH. Okay. Let's see if I can copy this. Control C, save. And I'm going to go ahead and do a right mouse click, create a new component, highlight that, Control V, place that in there. Okay, so we got that going, and now what we're going to do is we'll go over here and set this to our basic 3D view, and we're just going to go back down the timeline. Okay, go back here to the sketch. We'll edit that sketch, and that sketch is 12.9 by 8 millimeters. Okay, so we'll come over here and we will go ahead and create a new sketch. We'll go ahead and create it on this plane here. I may have got the planes wrong. That's no big deal. So we'll say 8 by tab 12.9. Okay, got that in there. We'll go ahead and accept that sketch. Now what we will do is we will come back here and we will accept that, and we'll go check out the extrusion on this. Looks like the extrusion on that was from here to there, which was 9.5 millimeters. We'll copy that to hit extrude here, and we'll do a Control V. It's 9.5 millimeters. Now, as we've seen, that switch was blue, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and change the body of this, and I'll go down to my favorites. There's blue right there. I'll just put it right on top there. It's a little bit light, dark. I mean, let's go ahead and lighten that up a little bit. So I'm going to take that over to about, let's try right here. Okay, hit done. And I'll, looks like it's changed that. That's good. Okay, nice. We'll close that. Let's go ahead and save the file as we progress. All right. Let's go back and look at this other one, and we're going to move down the timeline to here, and we're going to design this piece right there. So let's go ahead and go back to here, and let's do a edit sketch, and that's 5.7 millimeters. Okay, now you saw that I put in construction lines. Let me show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and say we're going to draw on that surface. And the way we can do that is we can highlight that midplane point right there, come over here, highlight the midpoint here, and then that will register those two there. So we say 5.7, okay, and we'll rotate that around, move over here. We'll go ahead and go to the next phase of this, which is the, finish that sketch. Go ahead and rotate this over to here. And let's get a measurement on that using the inspect tool, and that looks like it's 9.2. Come over here to this, hit the extrude, and we'll go to 9.2, put that in. Alright, it's looking good. Let's go back over here to this, we'll move down the timeline, and we'll go to this right here. Let's edit that sketch so we can see what's going on there. I'm going to go ahead and get a measurement on that, and that looks like it's got a radius of 1.8975. Okay, I'll copy that to the clipboard, come back over here to this. I'll draw me a circle on that face, and we'll go ahead and draw it from the center. Do a Control V to place that value in. That doesn't look correct. Let's go back and check that again. No, that doesn't look correct. Let's go ahead and do a measurement on this again. Oh, diameter. Should have got the diameter. There we go. Okay, we'll fix that. Double click here on that dimension. Control V. Put that in. Looks a lot better. Okay. Check that off. Come back here to this, and we will check this sketch off there. We'll go right mouse click on that extrusion, and it looks like that is a negative 9.2392. So we'll come over here to this, we'll hit the extrude. Okay, we'll go back, just do a Control V, put that in there, and we got her in. Okay, that's good. Continuing forward, let's rotate this around. Looks like I went ahead and changed that right there to metal. So let's go ahead and go to the next feature. Yeah, I went ahead and did that. So let's go ahead and go back here to that. We'll do an A key, and we will find this metal. And instead of going ahead and doing it like that, we'll put it here, here, and on here. Okay, so that face should have it. Okay, good. Looks good. Now we can make it shiny or not, but for right now that looks fine. Hit OK, close. Let's go ahead and do Control S to save our file. Tab, tab. Okay, got that saved. Go back over here to this. Looks like we have a chamfer in here. Let's do an edit on that chamfer. And that is a 2 distance, 0.5 by 1.25. So we'll come over here and hit the chamfer command by going to Modify, Fillet, Chamfer, and we said 2 distances, and we said on this we're going to do 0.5, tab over 1.25, and it's not taking that. So let's go back and look at that again. Go back and edit that. 0.5 by 0.125, 2 distance. Okay, let's check this. Chamfer again. I may have to massage this measurement here. I'm going to select that face. Equal distant. 2 distant. 0.5. Okay. And then we'll come over here to 1.25. Yeah, look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and do the A command again. We'll go ahead and say face. Put that on that. Good. That looks good. Moving good. Real good. Okay, if we want to make this shiny, let's go back to that. Here, I'm going to move this over here so you can see it. I'm going to go to metal. I'm going to go to steel. Actually, I'm going to go to fusion appearances. Go to metal. I'm going to go to chrome, and I'm going to download that chrome. Let's go to my appearances, favorites. Okay, let's go back here to this. So the chrome is downloaded. I'm going to place it on that face here. Yeah, that looks a lot shinier. Put that in there. Put it on this face here. And put it right there. Okay, that looks much better. Hit close, and that's comparable to what I see on this one right here too, so that looks good. Alright, making progress. Okay, so let's go to this and pull it out here to right there, and let's see what gets placed in there. It looks like those electrical connections get placed in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what that looks like. We'll go to this sketch here. Okay, and it looks like it's 0.5 by 3 millimeters high with based on a center line. Looks good. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that on this one. Rotate that around, hit backside left. We'll come in here and put a sketch. We'll go into this face here. We'll come in and set a center line, and we'll draw from the midpoint here down to there. We'll highlight that, make sure it's a center line. That works. So now we'll get rectangle by center. Okay, we'll find that midpoint. There it is. And we said that was 3 by 0.5. I think that's correct. Let's go back and check that. Okay, yeah, 3 by 0.5. Okay, that looks good. So now let's go back to this again and let's catch a measurement here. And that looks like, we'll hit the inspect command, go from here to there, and that's 3 millimeters off. I think, yeah, it's off this edge right here. I think that's correct. Let's reset that real quick. Yeah, that's 3 millimeters. Okay, so I'll come back over here, and what I can do, let's see if we can do a move copy. Okay, we'll hit move, we'll highlight those vectors there, we'll say copy, and then we will move, let's say in the y-axis, y distance, -3. Oh, wrong distance. Go back to 0. Let's try Z. -3. Let's see what we got here. Nope, didn't go the direction we want, so go back to 0 on that. Let's try X. Should have tried X the first time. So we'll go -3. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we hit enter. Okay, and then all we got to do now is do the mirror command. Hit that mirror command, and it automatically knew that center line was there. Boom, got it. Okay, that looks nice. Looks really nice. So we'll accept that sketch. We'll come back over here to this guy. We'll check on that extrude. Finish that sketch out. We'll check on that extrude, and that appeared to be 5.5 on the distance. Copy that. Come back here. Go to extrude. We'll select this. Hold our shift key down. We have to select both of those. Hit this. Control V. Looks like we got it placed in there. Nice. Okay. So we'll go back to the A command, and we will put that chrome on the faces. So we're just going to come down the line here, 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 here. Rotate that up a little bit. Put that there. Put that on top here. Good. There. There. Rotate around. Now we're going to have to do it on the bottom too, so it's part of the process. Okay. Come here and get that. Rotate this up. Yep, there, those blues on the bottom. We got to get that. That there. Whoops. Got ahead of myself. Put that there. Okay, and put this here. Alright. Hit close. Okay, go back to our 3D view. That looks nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save this, and we'll come back to this in a moment. Okay, we've made great progress on our switch, as you can see right here. Let's go back to the original one and check it out and see what we need to do on the timeline. So go back to 3D view here, rotate this around. Obviously we didn't get those tabs in this one fixed, but we'll take care of that. Move on down the line here, and let's see what we got. Okay, we've got the slots put in there. So let's do a right mouse click and check on those slots right quick. Okay, looks like they're 1 inch off, 1 millimeter off the back here, and then it's a 0.7 out to there. I'm not sure what that height is. We can check that with the measurement tool. Go from here down to there. Looks like that's 9 point. I'm going to write that down with my pencil. Looks like it's 0.925 253. Okay, that looks good. So let's get going on this. Okay, we got the 175 there. Got enough information to figure this out. So we'll go ahead and go to new sketch. We're going to go on that plane right there, and I'll show you why I'm going to do that plane here in a second. So we go find the slot command. There it is. We'll do slot by 2 points. We'll come off here in the center. We'll come over here to, I think it's 1.75. Okay. Hit enter. 0 on that. Okay, and then we'll come off here. I don't remember what that was, but we'll figure it out here in a second. So just going to put that in there. Let's go and get this one dimension in, which is from here to there, which we knew was 1. Okay, so that's in there at 1. We got to figure out what this height was right there. I can't remember that. The old brain's not working as good as it should, I guess. 1, 2. Okay, that's 0.9. Wrote that down. Why couldn't I remember? Okay, it's kind of brain dead. Hit the dimension here from here to there, and we're going to say 0.9523. Yeah, Platt should have wrote that down, right? Okay, so that's in there. So let's rotate this around here now, and then I'm going to do an extrude. Grab that, and I'm just going to go all the way. Whoops. Right, mouse click. Let's go to that again. Extrude. Grab this. Just going to go all the way through the other side. Boom. There it is. Now we got to fix that blue color there, but that's easy to fix. So we'll go ahead and hit our A key again. and we'll paint our chrome onto, whoops, gotta go to face, paint it onto that face right there, paint our chrome onto this face here, paint our chrome onto, rotate that around, put that on there, roll up on that, there we go. Try that again. There we go, got it. Paint it on this. See if we can paint on that one right there. Let's go ahead and paint that here. Paint that on right here. Okay, now we just rotate this up. I got a few we missed. Okay, no big deal. Paint the chrome here, 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 and here, and here. Okay, got it. So we'll go ahead and hit close, rotate this around. That looks really good. Making great progress on this thing. Let's hit our save command right quick. Tab, space bar. Go to here. That looks great. Got that sketch in. Everything's painted correctly. So now looks like we're going to create an offset plane right here. So let's do a edit that feature. So that offset plane was 4 millimeters in the negative direction from the top of that surface. That is easy peasy. So we'll come over here, and the reason we need this offset plane is we got to design the switch itself, the toggle switch. So we'll come over here, we'll create an offset plane, grab that surface there, and just like we saw, -4. So there it is. Okay, so we got our offset plane in. So now we come back over here to this, and we'll move over here to this sketch. Let's do an edit on that sketch, and that's quite interesting. So I'm going to roll up on this. I'm going to turn my constraints off so I can see a little bit better. Okay, that looks like a radius of 1. Move this out. Okay, 1, and a radius here, and then that goes to a somewhat of a point back here. Okay, you know, you can't see it real well, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to come in here and do an inspect. We're going to do a section analysis, and we're going to grab that face right there, and we're going to go in the negative direction so we can kind of see what's going on with this sketch. Alright, go back to top view. Okay, we can make that happen. Let's just get some quick dimensions here. Let's figure out what that length is. That appears to be 15 point, write this down and remember it this time, 15.4838. And it looks like it's just kind of arbitrarily placed in that one spot. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out and make sure my analysis is turned on so I can see it. That looks good. Come back over here to this one. You know, honestly, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put in a section analysis. Go up here to the top. We'll drag this down to, I'm just going to go about right there, just above that section, but above that offset plane. We'll go to top view here, and I'm going to put a sketch in. I'm going to select this plane, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to kind of come in here and find the center of this, just kind of eyeball that in, go about right there, come out to about what did I say, 15.4838. Put that in. I probably will go ahead and change that angle. So I'm just going to grab this point, and I'm going to kind of move that up here like so, and I'm going to put a center line in here, excuse me, construction line. Take and make that a construction line. I'm going to play around with that angle a little bit, hit the D key here and there, and I'm going to play around with that to, let's say, 8. Okay, that looks a little better. I like that. And actually I'm going to do that some more. I'm going to go 5. Okay, yeah, 6. You'll see what I'm doing here in a second. Okay, we came off of this perpendicular 1 millimeter. Okay, Then we came in here and we put, I'm going to just put a little line, 90 degrees. I'm just going to do that, and I'll come up here and I'll make a perpendicular condition here on this and this. There it is. I like that. And I'll roll out here to this, and I'm going to come in and find the center of that, and I'm going to come out to about here, and let's see if I can fix this. I'm going to hit the extend command, which kind of breaks my own rule, and then I'll come in here and put in a trim. Take out, I need a trim. Control Z. Trim this out. Okay, I'll come in and put in a trim right here, and that says 5 millimeters there. Okay, I'm gonna go with that, 0.5 millimeters. Let's go back and check this one out right here. Yeah, the radius was 0.53. Okay, we can do that. Come back in here and make that radius 0.53. Okay, then we'll come back here and do a distance command of that back to 1. Better. I like that. Okay, now I can play around with that angle. Let's take it up to 7. Let's see what we get. That's pretty good. Let's try 8. Yes, that's nice. Okay, good. So we've got this in at a good angle and everything. Now we're going to go ahead and hit Finish Sketch. We're going to come up here and do a revolve. We'll select this, and then we will select this profile right there, and that put us in a switch. I'm not really sure if I like that or not, but let's go ahead and turn off our analysis. Yes, I do like that. It went all the way back to the base. What was cutting it off, and when we did that analysis, was the it was cutting off the plane wasn't deep enough, so the analysis wasn't deep enough. So if I go back to that again, you'll see it. But if I come back here, and then I can expand that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll edit that plane. I'll go down a little bit further. Yeah, you can see it goes the whole way right there. That's perfect. That's what we want. Okay, looks good. So we've got our switch in, and now we'll go ahead and save this. Okay, hit save. We'll come back to this in a second. Double click on that. Now that we've got our switch completed, what we need to do now is to place that switch inside of our V8 assembly right here, which would mean we would take and mate it up to that hole right there. So let's do that. Let's go make sure that we've got the switch where we need it. There it is. I'm just going to drag that over here and put it into the file. I'm going to go ahead and collapse the part view, and let's just rotate this up here. I'm going to rotate that up. Oh, let's go 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees. Okay, that looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a joint, and I'm going to hit the J key for joint, go to the center of that, rotate out and up. Okay, and it's going to be kind of hard to see that, but we're going to go right up on this spot right there, and we're going to place the joint in, as you see. Okay, let's go ahead and look at that in 3D. Yeah, that looks good. So we got the joint placed in there exactly where we want it. You can rotate that around, different, 90 degrees, so that way you can click it one way, center position, or what. Either way, it's going to go. Now I didn't put the nut in here in the washer. You can add that later, but for the design, this is sufficient to have that in there. So this looks really nice, and our car is progressing quite well. So let's go ahead and save our file, and we'll come back and start working on the battery power supply that's going to sit right inside here, the battery holder. We're going to first design the battery. We'll design the battery holder, then we'll come back and actually design the batteries and place them in that assembly. So let's get started with that, and we'll finish this video now.